This should...
like mid and late game, but that was just because we were tilted and had lost early game hard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I'm gonna load into that last one. I'll go over it real quick. I have a whole lot of notes because I feel like the game gets over pretty fast. And it's a lot of like mechanical stuff, it seems like. Some bigger, some smaller. So can you guys see my stream still?
Yes.
Yep.
I just like to check
Yes.
every time. So I'm not... okay, right, we're on blue side now. So they're a split pick comp, so we kind of have to respect like their burst and pick with Leona. And then Tryndamere can be a strong, and we kind of scale and we kind of look for picks in split pushing. We don't really get to that point though, because we fall behind pretty fast.
Yeah.
So let's see. We get good jungle defense down. Great jungle defense again, guys. Watching all the avenues. And just in case that Leona shows up. And so first I'm gonna talk about what happens bot lane. When we get into the lane.
I
And
don't like it.
so what happens in this lane?
Leona claps me.
Does she?
Yes.
Like
Sooner or later, but she always goes in after me when I step up to trade.
yeah. Is there any way you can stop that?
I mean, I can stop poking, I guess. I mean,
Q.
Yeah.
Q interrupt her E.
So like actually I kind of really hate playing against Jannas when I'm playing Leona. So the big thing is the main way Leona's going to get on you is two ways. She's going to hit her E or she's going to flash you. And the thing is, anytime Leona E's, there should be enough time for you to quickly throw a Q out and stop her from getting on top of either you or your AD carry. And what happens is, I think going W first is fine. We just want to poke, and I think that's good. But the big thing that happens, like we hit 2, and I think you should be leveling Q up, just so Leona can't go on you guys. And at the same time, I think Razor goes with her spell shield second, which is really cautious, but it means you guys really can't trade at all anymore. Because like in this instance, like you see this come out and you can throw your Janna Q, and then Leona can't stun you. At which point Razor can just be like hitting you, or hitting the Leona. And part of that's just like we cut off the value from Leona leveling her E by getting Q, and then Razor just gets some free damage on Leona. Which isn't the best thing because it's a Senna lane, but like we keep from actually taking a lot of damage in that trade. Just because we keep from that engage going on too long. And I don't know if that's like, if you intend to play more of Janna, but that's just thinking like, how can we stop like engage, or how do we want to trade? And then top lane.
yeah. I mean, I honestly, I knew I shouldn't have gone in here because I was like, oh, I mean, he has full rage, but I'm like, I gotta commit,
so like,
and I shouldn't have.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be pressing W here though.
Okay.
So reason why is like, watch this posturing by Tryndamere. Like he's still just playing for the wave.
Mm-hmm.
He sees Renekton trade, and then like he's still going for minions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then W here, and then yeah, he just walks away.
As soon as he sees that, he's walking. He's walking back to his tower.
Yeah, yeah.
It would also be fine to do that if I hadn't just traded like a second before,
Yeah.
because I was like too far away from train because when I don't have my W cooldown, I can't walk up to the wave.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
that's like
if I was like already there on him and ready to trade, it would have been fine, but I wasn't.
So like pressing the W gives away the gank. So it lets you
Yeah.
walk back. And at the
Yeah,
same
I realize
time,
that.
we don't have Renekton cooldowns yet.
Yeah.
Which I think either if Renekton has cooldowns now, he can just flash W and then you're there on top of
No,
him.
yeah. More patience would have been better, I think, for this gank.
It was also partially my fault because I wasn't watching the map and I didn't even realize you were ready to gank yet. Like
Yeah, that's my
I
bad.
forgot Warwick like clears in 2 seconds. So
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like this entire thing just kind of dooms top lane.
Yeah.
Because Tryndamere gets his Triumph stack and gets to have lane with double buff now, and it's really sad.
Yeah.
And the worst part is your lane's pushing.
yeah. Can do.
Let's not. Oh, I think we trade
Yeah,
one
like,
for one,
This,
so
this trade
not
kills.
the end of the world.
This trade kills fine, and like, look, Leona has to flash on you, and I think like the difference here is that you probably actually live this if you had had your Q in the earlier trade.
Well, I still don't have Q, so
Yeah. But probably it's like you throw out your Q in the earlier trade and have more HP.
fair enough.
But it's still kind of okay. Because we trade the Senna. Which I think is way, way better.
Yeah.
Now this is a specific thing for Razor. And this thing can also just apply to waves in general. So like I don't really know why she pushes the wave here. Because we have this wave crashing into us, and Janna's going to come back. And there's a few reasons why we don't want to push this wave. So one, we're not going to crash it into tower with this full health Leona, because she's just going to keep it outside of tower range. Second reason is we just burned a bunch of flashes, and we've got a Warwick just sitting here. So if Razor doesn't W this wave, and we go back, this wave just slow pushes onto our tower, and either we're going to gank this Senna and get a kill because Warwick's in the region, or she's going to have to give up like 2 waves of CS. And that's just like recognizing wave state, because we can be saying like, hey Warwick, like could you clear this bush and then sit here and wait to see if Senna walks up? Which could be a waste of time. Or it could just be a free kill on Senna. But what ends up happening is we can't really crash this wave. And Senna just gets to play super safe as Leona resets. And I think, yeah. And that's just like Janna thing. It's like you just need to be ready to try and get the Leona off with E. So we just kind of lose mechanically in the bot lane, as well as with the bad wave management. But we'll go back. I don't think anything major happens mid. We try to a Warwick gank. And it's not a good gank.
No, yeah.
And why is it not a good gank?
Because Yogurt has no mana.
And again, like, maybe if we don't press W, we can try to catch this Akali faster. But Warwick's also pretty slow without his W.
Mm-hmm.
runes for a while, I'm pretty sure. Let me check my VOD notes.
I think I'm about to die soon.
Yeah, at 6. So this just has to do with trading when we get to it. So like this Akali's actually pretty slippery, and it's a really close fight. And if we just look at the specific like mechanics that come down to it, so you think like she's pretty low and you can kill her, and you're not entirely wrong. But the problem is like when you walk up right here, there's 2 things you're not considering in this fight.
Her minion damage. And her hitting my E, and she has W up, so she can take my W damage, and I can miss my ulti. I'm not sure if my E is up though. I think it was up.
And there's one other difference here as well.
I don't see Nidalee.
That's not super big. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, she has ignite.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Like even without Nidalee showing up, Ignite's like pretty huge. Because that brings like 200 damage. So what looks like a close fight messes up because of Ignite, and then you're also not respecting how Akali trades a little bit. Because if we just walk up here, what happens is we're not respecting that Akali can just back away from you and hit her E. So you miss your E on her, and she gets to hit her E on you. So now it's just kind of doomed. In terms of like what else we can do in the fight. Because that little bit of damage she gets from hitting her E is enough to get the kill on you, and you missing your E is like just enough to keep her from dying. Along with the Ignite difference. Because if we watch, like she goes down to, I think like 80 health, which is about how much damage your E does. Yeah. 109. And it's just like the very slight difference. And that's just it's mainly respecting the abilities that can outplay you and Ignite, which is a great outplay mechanic, by the way.
Yeah, I think I should have just shoved in the wave and then either forced her to farm under tower or like stay there instead of trying to kill her.
Another thing you can do is you could probably just reset and come back to lane. Because you have TP. So she has the Ignite advantage. But if this wave is pushing into you, like it looks like it is, you can pressure her and then TP and shove a wave in. And then look to roam. Like, you could probably disengage from that fight and then TP right back. And then you can freeze this wave, or at least try to. It's a little harder to freeze in mid lane, but still possible.
Yeah, I guess that could have been frozen and given me a better result. That's where I feel like I struggle a lot because I prefer TP on my mid laner, so sometimes I do not respect the Ignite, and that kills me a lot of times.
And that's fine. We just have to get better at recognizing that. Because I think the only reason you lose that fight is because she has Ignite. Like, even with like her eating that E and you missing your E, like, you still only die because she has Ignite. And then we get some invade stuff. I have no idea why Nidalee was in the top side of the map. But we get some weird walking around, and I don't think you should have been in the jungle anyway, because we didn't have priority mid. But we get away, and then I'm pretty sure the dragon fight is just where the game ends. If I remember correctly. Because, like, if we actually look at it, we're kind of doing fine. The only problem is this Tryndamere is pretty strong. And I don't know how we really come back to beat this Tryndamere other than trying to get everyone else strong.
Yeah,
But
I just felt useless the entire game.
I mean, it sucks when you get put behind early, and that trend was pretty good. Because I was just watching him push in waves, I'm like, this is yikes. But then, like, if we look mid lane, like, Kassadin's doing fine. Like, you're kind of beating the Akali, even though, like, she got that kill on you. Like, you're still pretty far ahead in CS. And bot lane's going even, so if we can just staunch the bleeding from Tryndamere and try to do some stuff on the bot side of the map, we're probably fine. But we kind of just force this dragon when we don't have super priority bot because the Senna can still show up. And the other issue is Razor Zoom, so this fight's kind of hard. Because we could be running faster with her ult and she can be casting spells, and maybe that changes the fight. But it just kind of doesn't go well because everyone just dies really fast.
Also, I felt like we targeted a lot. Like we used a lot on Leona.
And that's a big thing. Is this Leona targeting? Because it's very prevalent in the game. There's like 2 or 3 times we just overextend to try and get Leona. And that's part of the tilt plays we'll see later. But that Leona does a surprising amount of damage, actually. And then it's just like, because we were tanking Dragon, we're pretty low. And we focus Leona. Like, we probably try and kill the Nidalee, maybe, in that fight, rather than kill the Leona. And Akali's a fine target. But then it's just like, they got 3 kills and catching up in CS, and now the game's kind of like, we have to try and stabilize. But I'm pretty sure we make a couple tilt plays. Like, so one thing is, we look bot, and we don't respect the Senna with red buff, so we just get run
That
down.
was nutty. Oh my gosh, the amount of damage she did was just
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm actually, like, I don't think Senna should have this much damage even with a Mana Moon, but, like, we're still probably getting run down by red buff here, anyway. And, like, this is just bad because we need to staunch the bleeding, but we're letting that go by, so Senna is effectively, like, 1v2ing bot lane, and then Leona's helping us get kills in the top lane. So at this point, we're just, like, losing a lot more than we're getting from anything. Because we get a Leona kill! But we lost bot, and we're gonna lose top tower. Oh, I think you say at this point, Eris, we're fine. I can hold top, but we lose Rift. And I'm just like, they're just gonna use Rift top, and we're gonna lose top and Rift. It was really sad. But now this Senna, we get a Senna kill.
Yeah, but she claps me under the turret too, and it's with a red buff, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
And she's 1v2. I don't think she should be tower diving because she can probably hold this lane on her own.
I mean, we got Razor as shutdown, I think. So I mean,
But it's still like pretty rough.
yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
Because
But
then Leona can just show up mid lane and try to do stuff. And that, like, I get why we're up there, but we should still be playing more safe because, like, we saw Leona mid, so it's like, yeah, we can push bot lane. And this might have just been like a mechanical thing. Where does the spear come from? Oh, you're snared. Okay. Yeah. I think that's just recognizing if someone's fighting you like this, like, there's some weird shenanigans going on.
Well, I thought it was just Senna be trying to 2v1 like she always does.
But when I say stuff like this, I'm just like...
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. But
And then... I think this play is okay, trying to dive for the Akali. Because this gets us a nice shutdown. But we're still trying to like come back from our deficit of like being a super strong Tryndamere. But they get over aggressive bot. And we pick up another Leona kill. We're just fine, but we're losing a lot of pressure on the map with the towers that are gone. But we do get a dragon. And mainly at this point we should probably just be trying to play for dragon, but even still it's just a Cloud Soul, which kinda sucks. I'm pretty sure this here is literally... I didn't know for a while that Senna could hide people inside of her shadow thing. Because I watched this and I was just like, oh shit, Leona just popped out.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Well, you can see like a little trail or something, I think. Like you can see that there's more than one person. It's just not. You don't know who it is.
But it's like, oh. I mean, we saw here or there, so we should know, but it's just kind of rough. And then they just throw Nidalee to the wind for some reason. And she AFKs for like a minute. I don't blame her. Because the Senna's just like, bye, my team. And we're getting shutdowns, but we're still behind in a lot of gold because of a lot of deaths. And this is just like... we put a lot of damage down on Leona when Akali's just free hitting. Because we're trying to make things happen, but like... they're just strong and we need to focus the targets that deal damage.
Like for me, I felt like I was not targeting Akali because I got outplayed by her once, and I thought like, okay, she can just dodge my stuff, so let's just go for the person that I can actually hit.
Yeah, that like she's a slippery champion, so it's a bit rough. But like here, we're just kind of we're forcing an engagement because we get this TP in, and then we can't target Akali.
I just need to delete the champion
Yeah.
and fire the whole team that designed it.
And we're just like trying to force plays when we need to like kind of be waiting for better opportunities. And I think the big thing is we go forward a bit. This is not respecting vision because we just saw 3 people here. And maybe, Mo, you can like charge your Q up longer to check this bush. Or instead of face checking, we can just wait like another 5 seconds for Janna Q to check this. But we just burn a flash and an ult because we want to check a bush. And that's just like thinking, just like, is it even worth trying to get this kill? And this is the play I really don't like. I think. Maybe not yet. I think it happens right around... it's right after this Tryndamere gets away. Maybe not. It's right here. Come on, guys, do it. Do the thing. So again, we see Leona, and we're just like, let's kill Leona. And we chase all the way around, and we just get collapsed on afterwards. And that's pretty much what goes wrong. It's really hard because that Tryndamere just kept farming and farming and pulling a lot of pressure. But we just kept trying to like force things, which let Akali snowball a lot of kills and be a menace. Mainly, we just need to be looking at how like we gank and fight in lane and just considering, because I think the big thing was like we lost bot because we weren't using the right abilities to try and like win the early level 2 fight. Mid was just not respecting Ignite, and then top was just messing up the first gank. And then it kind of snowballed the leads. And you guys did pull back a good few shutdowns, but it's like that let them get a lot of CS advantage and objectives, so that it was just kind of hard to claw back in. And that's pretty much the game. I don't think anything really happens because they're just so strong. Yeah. And that's pretty much